Hello out there, and I've got a few modifications to share with you today, and I'm happy to be saying that because I haven't been doing all that much when it comes to mods lately. So yeah, really excited to have something to share with you guys and something that I've been working on, and hopefully I'll start knocking more stuff out in a little more rapid succession in the next few weeks. But what we're going to do is we're going to talk about the Kershaw Zing first. This CRKT squid is actually a mod done by a viewer and a really cool gift, and we're going to save this for last because it's a pretty darn neat thing. But let's get started with the Kershaw Zing, and this one is a model that I think I'd had in my hands a couple times before over the years, but never really owned one or used one, and I came across a couple of these on eBay at just a really deep discounted price, and they were beat up, and so I picked them up and tried to bring them back to life by modifying them and giving them, a new look, because, there was some wear on like the original scales, and the action in the washers and stuff just wasn't great. And so what I did here, and we're actually gonna start with the blade, and it doesn't look like I did anything to the blade. It looks like just a standard bead blast. Maybe we'll be able to catch this on camera a little bit, but I stonewashed over the bead blast, and it's very subtle, but it's something that I've done before and something that I did early when I was like first learning how to stonewash, and it just makes a bead blast finish. It looks, I don't know, it looks just a little bit more unique, and it's one of those things that up close you can really tell at certain angles, but from a distance, it's certainly not a big flashy thing, and that's sort of what I wanted to do considering the plans that I had for the handle here. So the frame of this knife, I have this bronze and a little bit of purple here and there anno, but this is the first time that I've actually really done any kind of I guess you'd call it file work on a metal frame. I practiced it on a number of different knives, but I'd never done a whole scale before. And so, yeah, let me show you the tool that I used to do this with my Dremel. It was just this bit right here at a high speed, and I mean, you can see this thing is like really worn down. This one bit was able to do the whole knife though, and I purchased a number of other ones just to transition to when this one died, but this one made it all the way through. But yeah, just at a high speed, what you can do is just make these impressions, and so it gives you this this pretty interesting look. It takes a lot of time, and it's a number of different layers to make that happen. And then once I did that, I was able to sand it down and even and smooth it out and polish it up. And then after that, hit it with the flame, and that gave it this nice bronze color. So it took a lot of experimenting to figure out how to do this in a way that would create a good finished product, and this is the closest that I've gotten. So I don't know what I would be able to do to get more, more refined detail in terms of actual like intentional shapes. This is all just random that comes together to make something cohesive. But the people who are doing like detailed file work, man, I'm not sure if I'm gonna get there anytime soon, but for now this works out pretty well. Really happy with that. You can see, as always, I polished the hardware. The backspacer here is the stock backspacer, and it definitely shows the age of the knife. It's a little bit beat up and chipped in some spots. And then here on this side, I did that same acid stonewash with the with that, I don't even know what we're calling this pattern but it's just a little bit of a speckle pattern, and I did it in lines going just straight down the knife, and I like the contrast of that to the show side scale. And then on the clip, I actually acid etched that, and maybe you can see the little shapes I put in around the holes on the clip. Just thought that was a pretty cool addition, and I have another mod coming soon that is going to be focused on stuff like that. So it's actually, let me just show you the knife. It's going to be this guy right here, the Kershaw Vapor 3. I did a couple of these in the past, but all of these milled holes make for a pretty good canvas for creativity when you're doing some acid etch modifications. And then on the clip after that etch, I gave it a little bit of color to make it match the show side, and there you have it. That's really everything that I did for this this modification. What I will say is, just due to the age of the knife and the quality of the washers and the internals, The action is good, but there's a very small sweet spot when it comes to getting like really good lockup with action. So I don't think that this is going to be any kind of like heavy user at any point, just because it's just, I don't know, just internally it doesn't seem to be like the strongest knife, and it's not as good as what a Zing could be. I could definitely contact Kershaw and get some replacement parts, and maybe I will do that. But what's really interesting about it is the other Zing that I had, the inside of that one looks completely different. The torsion bar is different in that one. There were a different number of washers in that one, and I don't know if the two knives were both taken apart and messed with, or if it's just two different configurations coming from Kershaw. So I'm not sure exactly, but I mean, the knife locks up, so no real worries there. And what we have is what I think a pretty good piece. So there is the Kershaw Zing. And then also lately, I just picked up a few Kizer tools that I just decided to blast with some heat. You know, you can get these Kizer like multi-tools or just like pack tools really cheap. And so I have this guy right here. This is just the Kizer, I don't know the name of it, Fest. Yeah, it's like a spork and a screwdriver and a bottle opener, titanium. Yeah, just hit it with some heat, gave it a little bit of color. Interesting how like the thin point or the bowl shape sort of directs the heat into the middle, so you get this like bright blue on the very, you know, inside here, and then the bronze everywhere else. So did that. I've also got another really interesting tool. This one is called the Kizer Picari, and this is stainless steel. I think that's how you pronounce it. It's named after a pig, and it looks like a pig. What's odd about this tool is that it comes with these two different Torx bits that you can slide into these holes, but I don't know how you're supposed to store this pocket tool with these bits. It doesn't really make too much sense to me. Maybe this goes in a kit or something, but since this is stainless steel, I was able to get bronze and a little bit more in terms of color. Let's see if we can get this a little closer. But this is actually a really neat pocket tool and a nice shape for a pocket tool, but these drivers just sort of make it odd. You know, and you can see, let me see if I can do this. See, so like it slides in and locks in, but when you're not using it that way, like where does the bit go? I don't know. So that might be something that one of you could answer for me. Who knows? Last but not least, I have one more Kizer. This one of all the tools came out the best. Another titanium tool. This is a cool pocket tool. This is called the Dead Fish. So yeah, this one sort of does it all. A little bit of everything. Scraper, bottle opener, hex, nail remover, all that good stuff. So really extremely lightweight, and this took some really nice color too. So I did all that. But let's get into now the last thing. And this is from a follower, a viewer. This is a CRKT squid, and this is from a guy named Corey. And he did some very subtle modifications, but made this knife way cooler than what it was. So this is the blackwash squid. And the blackwash squid has blackwash everywhere. You know, so blackwash on the blade, blackwash on the scales, on the clip. It's just a whole big blackwash knife, the entire thing. And he looks like he sanded down the show side scale and gave it a little bit of color. And this is just a really nice subtle bronze that gives a nice contrast versus the blade, but it's not too bright and it's not too in your face. It's just, it's pretty close to perfect, exactly what you would want in the right light. It's very, very attractive. So very cool there. And then look at that backspacer. The backspacer is orange, and what he told me in email when he sent this to me was that he was just trying to hit it with some heat in order to get the Loctite off, and it turned orange. And I believe it because you know, some of the things that I've seen with backspacers and the coatings that they have on them or whatever, and the heat that they can get to, sometimes they react to flame way differently from the other materials. So that's just a really nice uniform orange and just a great little pop that makes this an excellent knife. And what he doesn't know, and what I never told him, was that I had similar ideas with this same blackwash squid in the past. I looked at this blackwash squid and I thought, man, this knife would be really cool to work on because it's pretty much a blank canvas, but you don't want the blackwash everywhere. And what would it look like with acid and with some flame? And I mean, all I really have left from that knife is just an experimental like acid etch that I did, and this is the blade for that old knife. But it was an epic failure of a mod. I screwed it up, but I always had that in my head that, man, this would be a fun knife to work on. And what Corey did here was he really captured the idea that I try to grasp onto so often, which is don't overdo it. You know, just do something really simple and make a good knife a little bit better. And that's exactly what he did. And he gifted me with this. So how awesome is that? So thank you very much, Corey. I appreciate it. So the other stuff, hell, let's just do it now. So the other stuff I've been thinking I'm going to be giving away. All right. And I was going to make a whole other video for this, but let's just pay it forward, make it all in one thing. So here's what we're going to do, guys. Let's do a giveaway today. We're starting a giveaway at 11 minutes into the video, but whatever. All right, so today's Sunday. Let's run this one more week. So this will go through Sunday, next Sunday at midnight. All right, so this goes through Sunday at midnight, and it's going to be a giveaway for this Kershaw Zing and any one of the 3 Kizer tools that we have here. All right, you pick. All right, the other 2 will be given away at some point in the future, but for now, whoever wins this will get this knife and one of these 3 tools. Like I said, your choice. So the only way to enter, obviously, be a subscriber, like the video, be a subscriber, and comment down below which one of the tools that you would want. That's how you enter. All right, definitely, I'm trying to do this because I want to pay it forward because, again, what Corey did, really cool thing. Very appreciative of that. Keep in mind, though, when it comes to this Zing, like I said, not necessarily going to be the most heavy-duty knife just because of like some of the action, but it is perfectly secure and it does lock up, so nothing to worry about there. But I just have some reservations just with some of the quality of the internals, like I said earlier. But as far as that goes, guys, yeah, enter the giveaway. Be over 18, USA. If not USA, you'll be paying for shipping. But any other questions, comments, complaints, suggestions, let me know down below. Yeah, I'll run this, like I said, 1 week. So midnight at Sunday, a week from now, this will close. And any other details, I will let you know in the description down below. So thanks for watching. Take care. And I will talk with you guys soon. Have a good one.